radio. Joy 99.7.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, the fighter, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome. You're tuned in to Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. How was your day? I trust you had a productive one. My name is aKorfa, and I'm holding the fort for your regular host, Enimwa Enim Adu. From now to 8 p.m., my guest and I will be chopping it up, getting to know her better and delve a little deeper to find out what keeps her going to continue to give off her best in her line of work. And I hope you stay. Show's produced by Mirabel Johnson and Anita Tay. We're streaming on our social media, on X, on Facebook and YouTube. We'd love for you to engage with us. So reach out to us via WhatsApp 055 1111 997. And as the show progresses, phone lines will be activated for you to join in the conversation. What encouraging words would you like to share with Portia? So on June 28, 2025, at the EcoBank head office, the third edition of the Joy News Impact Makers Awards was held. Now, the award celebrated 10 extraordinary Ghanaians who are making profound differences in their communities through various initiatives. Last week, we threw the spotlight on Ikea Sapon. We had an insightful conversation with her, the Joy News Impact Makers Award winner in health. Now, Ikea Sapon, the executive director, Lifeline for Childhood Cancer Ghana, or LCCG, supports over 2,000 families in diagnostics, in treatment, and psychosocial care. Ikea turned her difficult situation, the loss of her daughter, used that as motivation to embark on this magnificent journey of lending a helping hand to children suffering from childhood cancers. Now, we also had Dr. Yausua Ofeidako, a medical officer, pediatric oncology, at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, join in to educate us and share her expertise on childhood cancers and how early detection is key in its treatment. In case you missed the discussion, you can visit our social media platforms to catch up with that one. Today, our radar is on another winner, Portia Dumba. She empowers rural women and youth through enterprise and education. Her foundation, Porducare, trains women in shea butter processing and helps young girls lead community initiatives tackling teenage pregnancy and school dropout. Now, her partnership with Sisters Keepers International through the B Guild, that's Black Girls in the Lead program, saw 13 girls from her district selected among 35 others globally. Now, she joins us via Zoom. Hi, Portia. You're welcome. How are you doing? Hello, Portia. Can you hear me? Okay, so we're trying to raise Portia, and then we'll continue with our conversation right here on Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. It's 7:12, and we'll be on till 8 p.m. So today our spotlight, as I mentioned earlier, is on Portia, who is a Joy News Impact Makers Award winner at the just ended third edition on June 28th. Okay, so I understand that we have Portia on now. Hello, Portia. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. It's good to have you finally join us via Zoom. How are you feeling today?
I feel honored and I feel so excited to be here.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Well, you've just been named one of the 2025 Joy News Impact Makers. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, before we, the award, yes, who was Portia Dumba and what lit this fire in you to serve women and girls in rural Ghana?
Okay, so thank you so much for this opportunity. And before the Joy News Impact Makers Award, and even after, Portia is a professional teacher and also the executive director at Porducare, Touchlife, and Enterprise. And so for me, when I was first, especially for the girls, when I was first posted to my school, I got to realize that I found myself as the only person. There was nobody, no head teacher, nobody to even receive me. And at that point, it was very, very, I don't know how to describe it. I wanted to leave the community, but then upon reflection, I realized that these kids are all part of the future leaders in Ghana. And so because of how deprived they are and where they find themselves, no light, no network, everybody is leaving. So what if I also leave them?
Pasha, are you still there? Okay, I think we're having some slight challenges with our connection. When we're able to make it stable, continue our conversation with Portia. Well, she's basically, okay, so she's back on. Okay. Hello, Portia, you're back on.
Yeah.
Let's continue. So
yes,
you were saying?
Yes. Yes, so at that point, I thought that it was time for me to probably make an impact in the life of this kid because I'm someone who has benefited from mentorship from people, someone who some time ago I used to have this low self-esteem and all, and so benefiting from others, I felt it was time to also give back. And so after a deep thought, I decided to go to the school and just continue. So from day one, I was the head teacher, the teacher, sports teacher, guidance and counseling, just name it.
Wow.
So when there's a meeting where I have to represent the school, it means that day nobody will be in the school. So sometimes I'll go to the community, look for somebody who has completed either senior high school, give something to the person from my own packet to make sure the person takes care of the kids whilst I go. Because when I got there, I was having less than 20 students. And so every day I'll go to the community, chase these kids to come to school and all of that. So I didn't want my absence to let them feel, oh, maybe madam will still come, it's still coming, and also we'll be going back soon, we won't come to school again. So I wanted to make sure they are always around. And so I didn't want to kind of be absent. So even when I'm supposed to attend a meeting on behalf of the school, I have to look for a volunteer that I'll give at least something small so the person will engage this student. And one thing I also realized was most of them come to school with tattered clothes, no uniform and all. So I had to provide that. And I got to realize that most of them, their parents are into the production of shea butter. And I think that's the easiest fruit you find. And most of them are into the shea business.
Okay, so
I asked myself.
So, Portia, you know what? Because the entire show is dedicated to you, I'll need you to slow down. So we'll get to the shea butter part of the conversation, but this is our way of getting to know you more, and then we get into how impactful you've been in your community. Okay, so I actually wanted to use this to find out. Say, when people describe you in 3 words, what do they think you are, and how would you also describe yourself in 3 words?
I would say I am a passionate person. This is what I'll say.
Okay.
Passionate in whatever I do. Yeah.
Passionate, and then I need 2 more words.
Passionate, inspiring.
Okay.
And also a motivator.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Okay. I like that. I like those 3 words. But was there ever a moment that you almost gave up, say, and if you did, what did you tell yourself to keep going? Because you describe a situation where you went to a school, there was nobody there, you were literally the headmaster, the teacher, the like you were doing everything. So walk us through that instance.
Yes, so I think within that period, it was a very tough time for me because you get to class and then the lesson that you were prepared to go and teach and what you think students know, you go there and the basic thing that you think a P2 child should know, P6 child does not know. And at that time, you can't share your frustration with anybody. You are alone. And so it was and what really made it bad was there was no accommodation in the community for me. When I was posted, I stayed home for like a month before I could report because I was waiting to get accommodation in the community before I could go. But there was no accommodation. They would say today, tomorrow, next week. So I realized that if I'm in to stay home, I'll stay forever. So I rented in a community nearby where there's light and network. And so every morning I commute, which is like 35 minutes to 40 minutes to the community.
Wow.
And then there's no easy means like maybe church or taxi. No, it's just like a rough road. So if you are lucky and you get somebody going to the farm with a motorbike, then you ask for a lift because I don't have motorbike. I can't even ride myself. And so usually by 5 a.m., 5:30, I have to be on my way. And sometimes I'll sit on 3-4 different motorbikes before I get to school because the person will be like, oh, I'm not going your way. I lie to you. I'll be like, okay, you drop me. I'll get down there and then I will see another person. Okay, I won't get there. I'll get to this community. And then that's how it goes. And when we close, sometimes those in upper primary P6, they will escort me to a nearby community and then make sure I'm safe and then they will go home. So within that period, aside the accommodation, transportation, and getting means of transport to school was also another serious challenge. So those periods was like my I don't know how to describe it, but it wasn't anything pleasant. It was terrible. And if I ever thought of giving up, it was within those moments. But like I said, I felt it was time, maybe like it was a challenge that I'm having. It was time for me to kind of leave an impact. Because the question I always ask myself was, if I leave, what happens? Because nobody's coming. And all these kids are part of the future leaders. So the challenge had to do with accommodation, which so now I still don't have accommodation in the school. So I still commute from like every day. So every day I travel no less than an hour to the community and back. And also get into.
How long have you been there for?
3 years.
3 years, and you still don't have accommodation. So you're still commuting, like. So, because at the end of the day, in 3 years, so many things have happened, like, in your personal life as well, you're married and all of that. How are you juggling that plus? So are you still the headmistress and everything in the school?
Yes, so I think fortunately now I have 2 other teachers joining me. So I'm not the only one. So initially when I got there, the classrooms were 3. So with the 3 classrooms, you have to divide it among the 6 classes. So one class will contain P1 and P2. Another class will contain 3 and 4. Another class will contain 5 and 6. So I'll have to go through all that every day. But now that I have teachers joining me, we have divided. So I've given 2 of the classes out and I'm handling 1. Okay. So with the one I'm handling is 2 different grades in there. Okay. So if you ask how I'm juggling all there's no teachers. Usually in rural communities they have quarters for teachers, or maybe at least even if it's a single room. Mm-hmm. But my community does not have. And I think even after I came, I got there myself to at least help, because the traveling in and out wasn't helping. The road is not safe. It's a very bad road, and I know it wasn't good for my health. But I got there, I think that was last 2 years. And then they were saying that there's no room. They showed me one particular room that I should come and check if I would like. I got there and there were bags of maize packed. So it means I'll have to be there. And when they will have to, they will need a maize or food stuff, I will shift. The person will come and fetch. I was like, no, it's better I just stay. It's better I just stay and come. So I think that was one of the challenges that I faced and I'm still facing. But I think now it's like I'm adjusting to it, so it's better.
All this that you've described to me, were you at any point in time sharing your frustrations and what you were going through to family, to friends? And what was the advice? Because anybody anytime anyone will share such a story, they'll probably tell them, you know what, just go and get a transfer because we can't have a family member of us.
I think the line is breaking.
Okay, but can you hear me now? So maybe you try and adjust just a little bit for me where you are. Can you hear me? Okay, we're trying to get a proper connection on that one. But yes, if you're just joining us, you're tuned in to Strong and Sassy right here on Joy 99.7 FM. And today we've put the spotlight on Portia Dumba, who just at the recently ended Joy News Impact Makers Awards has won for education. We're trying to get a sense of the situation she found herself in back in the day and how she's adjusting what the situation is like at the moment. Now, if you're just tuning in, as I mentioned earlier, she has started off by saying that initially when she got there, she really wanted to, look elsewhere. But then she thought of the fact that they are also the future leaders of the country. So if she leaves at the end of the day, who is going to take over? What's going to happen to them? Will they get education? Will they still get someone who would be willing to come, there and teach them in all the situation, the circumstances surrounding the community and all of that? And she's been able to do that for 3 years. And she also says that as of now, she has 3 extra teachers helping in teaching these amazing kids. But we'd like to also find out more. Well, at the end of the day, she's still managing the situation in terms of the challenges and everything else in between. But then she's been able to find a way around it where now she's managed to get help for the parents of these kids in terms of business enterprise, so that when the kids feel a certain way, they feel like they can't come to school because mom says there's no money. She finds a way of employing them or giving them employment basically by training them to know how to do business for themselves. So we'll get into that. We'll expand that conversation further on. I think we have her back. Hi Portia, are you back? Hi Portia, can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. She still can't hear me. Okay, so while... okay, you can hear me. Great.
Yeah,
great.
I can. Sorry, my network is messing up.
That's okay. We really, truly understand because where you are,
yes,
trust
please.
me, it's actually a privilege to have you be able to, stay with us for how long you've been able to. Now, I wanted to find out from you. Okay, so if you could speak to your 15-year-old self, what would you say to her? Because 15-year-old Portia looking into her future, did you see yourself go to a school where, you are your teacher, you are your headmistress, you are everything in between? Did you ever see that?
I never saw that. Never. I never saw myself doing all that like I'm doing now. I think in the process, life happened. I learned, I had experiences, and then different thoughts and different ways I can also make an impact. Like I said, in my lifetime, I've also been privileged to be mentored and even receive support from people that at some point that I felt maybe there was no help for me. So do whatever I'm doing, I feel it's time to give up. But 15-year-old self, never. I never thought I'll be juggling all this. I thought maybe I'll just go to school, complete, become a nurse or become whatever I want to be, go to work, come home, like that. Yeah.
Well, with the kind of job you do and how impactful you have been, what does being, quote, a woman of impact mean to you? Beyond the title, beyond the awards, what would you say if someone would describe you as a woman of impact? What do you think that means?
Yeah, for me, describe me as a woman of impact. I'm somebody who takes so much interest in women, young girls, and all of that, because I have the firm belief that when we say we are empowering women, it's same as human, because women are also human beings. And so when we say women empowerment, girls, they are also human being. And I'm somebody who believes that when a woman is able to stand for herself, is able to do something, it's not only for herself, even her husband, her children, which include boys, they all get to benefit. So for me, if you describe me as an impact maker or somebody who is impactful, I would say that it means I stand for everybody, which not just for myself or for only girls or for women. women, but for everybody.
And you're doing amazingly well, and we appreciate you for that. Now, tell us about Porducare. What inspired it, and
Thank you.
what exactly do you do with women and girls you support?
Okay. So do you want me to start from Porducare, or I should just go straight with the girls, or I should just mix everything?
I'm thinking that Porducare came out of your interactions with the girls, right? So let's start with the girls, and then we get to Porducare.
Okay, so Porducare did not come out as a result of my interaction with the girls.
Okay.
But then as a result of my experience I had in a community where I was doing my national service. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Tell us about that one. Hi, Portia.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, Portia, we can hear you. So go ahead. We can hear you.
Oh, God.
So I'm thinking Portia can't hear us, but we can hear you, though. We're just about to get into our Porducare conversation, She's about to give us insight on how it actually started. And stemming from back in the day when she was doing her national service. And so we're hoping to get some more, insight to that part of her life and how she's been impactful in that field. But yes, before if we're able to raise her, we'll probably get into that as well. But we're celebrating her for the impact she has made in her community and education. She empowers rural women and youth through enterprise and education, and her foundation, Porducare, trains women in shea butter processing and helps young girls lead community initiatives tackling teenage pregnancy and school dropout. And we'd love for you to also send us a message, that is, if you have any encouraging words to share with Portia Dumba for the work she's been doing, you're welcome to do so via our WhatsApp 055 11 11 997. Along the lines as well, we'll activate the phone lines for you to join in and share your thoughts with us concerning Portia's story. She has been impactful and more. You can say she's a very determined individual, because I don't know about you, put in a situation where you go to the school and yours is to be in the classroom and teach, okay? But at the end of the day, you need resources for that. And then she gets in there, there's no headmistress, there's no headmaster, there are no resources. So she takes it upon herself to really, truly get this done. And there's a voice in her head that tells her that if I do not stay through this, if I do not tell myself I can do this, what's going to happen to these kids? They still need education. They still need someone to come through for them and teach them certain things. Along the lines of our conversation too, she mentioned that she was expecting, say, someone from class 2 to have certain knowledge about certain things, and then you find out that they don't. And someone who is in class 6 doesn't even know what something to learn in P2. You have no idea at the end of it all. And so it's something that would like to explore further, how she even went about it to even start getting them to appreciate what she was teaching them, so they open their minds up to more stuff coming from them. Because at a point in time too, she also had to get into the space where she has to use her own money to pay for volunteers to take over when she has a meeting out of town, or at the end of the day, those meetings are also meetings that in the long run will help the kids as well. And so that's one of the things that she's been doing, that and more. We'll get into that. We're trying to raise her on the phone lines as well, and so when we do that, we'll continue our conversation. This is Strong and Sassy right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back after this quick break.
Ladies and gentlemen of corporate Ghana, the moment is finally here with us. Yes, it's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 happening at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 9, 2025. You know what to do already, don't you? Just call Slevin on 0540-106-466 to register and be a part of this amazing experience full of great competition, wonderful networking, or what will be the honors to bragging rights for 1 full year. The Joy Sports Invitational Tournament is put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game. So which trophy are you taking back to your office? CEO's penalty shootout, male soccer, female penalty shootout, table tennis, unisex relay, lawn tennis, unisex basketball, unisex sack race, tug of peace, arm wrestling, the 5-kilometer race walk, masters 50-meter dash, unisex lime and spoon relay, and swimming. Well, the ball is in your court. We look forward to seeing you, and just make sure that your corporate institution answers the roll call on August 9, 2025 at the University of Ghana Stadium. It's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
Samsung Kick-Up promo is
Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. It's still Strong and Sassy. 99.7 FM, 7:33 is the time. We're having a conversation with Portia Dumba, and she's been speaking to us about what she's been able to do in her community, and that's why we're celebrating. Our spotlight is on her. Hi, Portia, you're welcome back.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, that's okay. I mentioned earlier that we understand, the challenges we're facing in terms of the connection, so you don't have a problem at all.
All right.
Yes, so I wanted to, I think initially we were asking you, how the Porducare came about, and you told us that actually is something that started from when you were doing your national service. Can we continue from there?
Yes. So
Okay.
I had the opportunity to do my national service last year in the Akorfa region, and I think when I was there, I wasn't only doing my service. I was also working as a facilitator where I go to senior high school for young girls. So as that community, I got to realize that most of these kids sometimes come to school, they don't have books, they don't have parents, and all of that. And you go home and you realize that most of their parents are into the share industry. And they're even cutting the trees. You ask and they tell you that there's no market for it. You go to the market, they don't buy any of it. But I also remember a research I did earlier which indicated that the share market is so wide that even those who are currently in the market are not even able to meet demand. So the question was, why are people not meeting demand? And then you are just saying there's no market. So I got to realize it has to do with even how they will even reach out to customers, the packaging, and all of that. So in no time, I was posted from that community to my community. So I started a share there. So when I got to my community, I was with my kids, and then later I got to realize that the issue I identified last year cuts across to my community where I'm currently working. So I got to realize that whatever I was doing, providing uniform, books, it wasn't sustainable. Because when I leave, maybe the person who might come will not be willing to do what I'm doing. But there should be something that even in my absence, their parents who are supposed to take care of them will be in the capacity to take care of them. So I got to the community, did my own research, and realized it has to do with capacity, aging, and all of that. And imagine somebody in my community producing quality shea butter and someone in Accra wanting shea butter. How would we communicate? So these were the barriers that I identified, and that motivated me to go into the share industry. Things I have access to media, and then I also have a little background in share production with my experience in my previous community. So I started mobilizing them, building their capacity on how to even produce the butter to meet the market standards. And there are instances where I call people, experts from different regions, to come and train them. I think one of them, that was last 2 months, we had a 3 days capacity building training just for them to be able to meet the market standards, so that even in the absence of Porducare, but they themselves can also still sell. Okay. And the main goal is that once they are able to sell and make money, they can provide for their kids, take care of their children, and not cut the trees, because we are all feeling the effect of climate change and what is happening, especially in the north. So I'm somebody who also preach against the cutting of the tree. So I knew once they are able to start, maybe I get in, we package, we get the market, and they get money. You have a reason not to cut the trees, because if you cut the trees in the next 3, 4, 5 years, there won't be tree for you to get the nut from, and you will still have to survive. And so the only thing is for us to focus on the share which has potential, which they are not known. So I am supposed to let them understand that there is market, and so let's focus on that. And once they are stable, they'll be able to take care of their kids, so that I will not have to be providing always, because I will not always be there.
Okay.
So I think this was my motivation.
Right. Now, so how, in the beginning, how was working with them like? Because you had to first off introduce the idea to them, get them on board. Did you face any resistance by any chance? And if you did, how did you deal with it?
Yeah, so I think at the beginning, I did not actually face much challenge, because when I started, they saw that my strategy was making it easier. At the beginning, I always pick the butter from them. So somebody can produce like 500 this butter. We can take care like maybe 2, 3 market days. So I'll just go and pick everything and pay the person cash, package and sell. So they saw that, it was helpful because they were making money. The money that they can make maybe in a month or 2, I can come in and make it like in a week. And so I gained some trust even before I introduced the idea, because I already wanted to just introduce the idea indirectly for people to see that, you know what, there is potential. Whatever I'm doing, if you give me your mind, we can do more than what you are saying. So with that strategy, it helped, and I did not actually face much challenge. I think the challenge I faced which I'm still facing, is lack of machinery, because most of the production is done manually. And producing shea butter is very cheap, like from the kneading, the frying, all of that. And these companies I find themselves, they have no machines, so everything is done manually. Some of them, aside they not getting the money and starting the tree, the stress in producing the shea butter was also scaring them away.
Okay.
So I think that was the challenge that I faced. But as to getting them on board, training them, no. Because earlier they were benefiting, because I was buying from them. So got to a time the market, they don't even go to market. They just come to my shop straight. At that time, I was not even having shop. They just come to my house. And then I bought a very big base, and I'll just buy everything, to them the money. And so see the joy in their face. So when I was finally ready to start the business, and I introduced them, this is what I think. We can do it this way to really make it more better and get more market. It was very easy for them to accept, because they were already benefiting from what I was doing.
Okay. Well, I also understand that you work closely with young girls facing the real risk of early pregnancy and dropping out of school. What would you say has been the biggest myth or misunderstanding that people have about this issue in the rural community?
This issue, I think people who do not understand these girls, they feel we are empowering girls and leaving boys behind. And sometimes I've had instances where people say, why people focus on the girls? But what they don't know is that till date, there are still communities, even my community, where they feel when a girl goes to school, you only come out and get married, and that ends it. So there's no need for you to go to school. And most of them, they leave the boys to come, like, go to school. But the girls will come to the farm, cook for us, fetch and all those things. So if you're going to see, it's a waste of time, because somebody will definitely marry you to their house, and you're going there to do those chores there. So why not start doing that for us in the house? So I think these are the challenges, because people don't understand. They feel the fight is like between boys and girls, fighting against boys, which is never so. Because I always have the firm belief that once you empower a girl or you empower a woman, it's not only women or girls that benefit. Everybody benefits. Imagine a woman who is economically empowered. When she cooks, it's not only her kids who are going to eat. The husband will also eat. Even when that happens, the men even get more of the praises, because your wife is doing well. And where I find myself, I think mostly the women do more of taking care of the kids. They are mostly close to the kids, even though the men also support. But usually everything they go to their mother. Everything. Let me go and talk to my father. So some people do not understand. They always feel the cause is like a fight between boys and girls, which is never so. Because in my school training, I have boys who do come and join. But then we are focused more on the girls because they are at this disadvantage point. And also with the experience I've had, they are usually at their disadvantage point. So it's just to make sure they also come up and also match. Not to rub shoulders with any guy or any girl, but just to make sure nobody's discriminated based on their gender or sex. Yeah. So I think that has been the challenge.
I understand. Now, now that your work is, gradually being recognized, what's next? What's your dream for Porducare in the next 2 to 5 years?
Okay. So my dream for Porducare is to grow it bigger than what it's looking now, and also get machines to also make the work more attractive to the women. I think last year we had an order where we were supposed to produce more than 5 pounds of shea to somebody. And the duration they gave us was very short. And there's no way, with the way we are currently producing manually, we're going to meet the demand. And so we had to partner with other people who were also doing shea butter in different places so that we can get the order done. And so the part of the profit went to them, which ideally could have gone to my women and also make their work easier, because something that you can do within you can do manually with 2 hours. When we have the machine, within 10-15 minutes you are done. And it will even make the work more efficient, produce more, and even get more people to come on board. So the vision is to expand, get resources to build business center, of which at the moment we've been able to acquire land already. We are yet to do something on it, or maybe the machine. And aside that, we are also trying to do share plantation, because they've done a lot of planting already. They've done a lot of share trees, even though we are doing advocacy. And as we are getting 1,000 shares made from Global Share Alliance as a start to plant in our community, which that will even happen next week. And aside that, we partner with goalkeepers to implement Big Girls, Black Girls in the Lead program, where young girls will have access to do community projects and even receive awards. And the main intention is to build their confidence and all of that. So we have a lot in mind, but I know that this exposure and this platform will further connect us to people who share the vision and mission that we have. So together we can grow, because I know impact is not built by one person, but all of us together.
Absolutely. Now, we'll be reading a few messages that have come for you, though. But before that, what would you say to that one young girl listening right now who feels, say, stuck, unseen, or unsure about their future? What would you say to that girl?
So what I would say is that no matter what you're doing, whatever you're going through, you feel unseen, whatever, don't give up. Don't give up, and don't pay attention to negativity. Sometimes it can become so loud in your ears that you feel like there's no way for you. So if you are somebody listening to me and you feel there's no way for you, the road is dark and all, see me as an example. Because growing up, I've had challenges where there were times I couldn't even do things for myself, but I did not give up. And because I did not give up, I'm here transferring impact to other people. And so to you, wherever you are, don't give up, keep pushing, and at the right time you'll be notified, be appreciated, and then you will use whatever you went through as an experience, share with others, and together we can raise a generation of impact makers.
Well, that is Portia Dumba there. We're speaking to her because she recently was adjudged winner for the Joy News Impact Makers 2025. And we have a caller on the line. We have John. John is a parent, and you held her, his daughter when she had a sore, and he wants to say thank you. We have John. Hi, John. How are you? Hello, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine evening. I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing okay as well. So, John, we have Portia on the line, and you can go ahead and speak with Portia.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to say something about Portia. Portia is somebody they transferred GS posted her to Damangbere, GA Primary. And when she came, since we started the school there, we have never had an opportunity like when she came. And when she came there, she's helping the community. Even when she came, the enrollment of the school was down. The school was completely down. The population was not up to 40. But when she came, the initiative, she was able to organize the children, mobilize all of them, speak to the parents, and they allowed, and now the enrollment of the school is now improving. And myself, she helped my daughter, Dansdaula, who was sick, had a sore on the leg, and we don't even know how to do what to do about it. And when she came, she took this girl with good faith, brought her out to the hospital. She sent her to the clinic, and they said she should take her to regional hospital. Why? She took her to regional hospital. She was admitted, and she took care of everything, the bills and everything. She paid everything. Actually, she's helping us in the community. And then because of the light, we are far away from town. There was no light there. When she came, she helped each household with a solar lamp. Mm-hmm. And as I'm speaking, if you get to Damangbere now, each household have a light and they can charge their phone and do a lot of things about it. And Portia helped the students, the school people too, with uniform. She gave them sandals. She gave them books, exercise books for writing and all those stuff. And not that alone, she helped the women in the community. It's not only the school people that she's helping, but she helped the community women also. Take them through how to do shea butter processing and all those other things to bring small money to their pocket. She has helped the Damangbere community, and then she's an angel to us. And we say, Portia, God bless her. Portia is somebody, one thing of her is that she's lovely, she's kind, she's calm, she's humble, she's not selfish. If you have anything small, she decided to share it with the children. So that is somebody we can say she's doing well, and we like it. And her character is an example to the community.
Thank you very much, John, for saying these amazing words, and also for, letting us know the other impactful things that she's done in the community. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
All right. So, Portia, you heard it. That's John. You're smart. You remember John, right?
Yeah, but he's a pastor.
He's a pastor too. Oh, that's why he's very expressive. That's very beautiful. So, yeah. So, the situation that he talked about. What made you want to, go the extra mile? Because, when you took her to the hospital, you could have just decided that, okay, you know what, I've done my bit. But then you took her to the regional hospital when they recommended it.
They came, we even did a surgery on the leg.
Oh, wow.
The girl, I don't know how to say that. So she was somebody who used to come to school very regular, like she was very good. And at some point, I wasn't seeing her. And because I had just now, I think she was in one of the classes. So I thought one time, my teacher told me, Madam, have you seen your daughter? Mostly they always call their student my daughter. But have you seen your daughter? So what's happened? I see her leg. And when I saw the leg, it was, should I say rotten? You could just see water just oozing out. And the girl was just laying. So I asked the parents to bring her. I asked them, they told me they used a particular herb and all of that. So I made them bring her. We went because I was worried and afraid that they might cut her leg. Then I was just imagining a young girl of her age to go through such situation. I just tried to empathize with her, and I decided to just go the extra mile to see what I can do to make sure that the leg is safe. So we went to a pharmacy. They said we should go to the clinic. Went to the clinic. They said they can't. We should go to regional. So I sent her to regional, and that was when we told that she had an infection. The bone is even rotten, and a whole lot of issues. So I had to raise money because health insurance wasn't working, and at some point I had exhausted my money, so I had to do a fundraising, and I think I had $200 from a mentor. He's in the US. I think at that time it was 3,000 to this. We spent almost 6,000, and that was very, very helpful. So we went to the hospital, and the surgery was done. She stayed there for almost 2 weeks, and we were able to clear all the bills. I also had something small from my friends. Some of them 20 cities, 10 cities, and added to what I already had. So we were able to take care of it. And even right now, the girl is not at the place. She stays at where I stay because we have to go to the hospital and clean every 2 days. And where my seat is, there's no clinic. So if I allow her to stay there, it means every 2 days she has to travel and come. The dust and everything is not good for the soul.
Well, Portia, at the end of the day, we really truly understand that you went the extra mile. We appreciate that. So some messages have come for you, and I would want to read them to your hearing, okay? So this one says, it's an amazing story of a rural and real committed teacher. See all that this young lady as a teacher is going through, but didn't demand uniform, rural duty alawa, and go on strike for the learners to lose the academics in the future. But nurses, okay, do you really want to do this right now? Okay, but I think I have to continue. It says, but nurses and midwives in aKorfa and other cities will go on strike, and many died. My sister, congratulations. God bless you. My prayer for you is UN and UNESCO will hear your commitment and reward you for this one day. That's coming from Francis and aKorfa. So Francis and aKorfa is sending you this message. Francis, your message was good, and then you brought the other one, but it's fine. Says Bakul Reina on Facebook says, Portia Dumba, exceptional person, always thriving to make impactful marks on everyone. From Edmund Awete says, good evening, Strong and Sassy. The Joy Impact Makers Awards is very life transformational. The passion, the sacrifice, the commitment, the dedication, the impact of the beneficiaries is worth celebrating. Thank you very much, Edmund, for that one. And congratulations, Portia. She's a life changer from Maxima on Facebook. So a few messages that have come for you while they're celebrating, the amazing thing that you have been doing. Now, before I let you go, how can anyone listening to you support what you do, whether it's through volunteering, partnerships, or, just spreading the word?
Okay. So, if you're listening to me and you want to support us, you can support us by volunteering for our organization. We have a registered NGO, which is Porducare Touchlife. You can check it on www.porducaretouchlife.org. You can also donate to support whatever we do. Because like I said, we already have a land, we're trying to build something, get machines to make the work more easier. And we'll also be doing planting and all. So we need financial support to make sure all this comes to reality. And also, you can also share our stories and what we do. Who knows? Probably there's somebody who would want to partner with us to make sure the impact that we're making will expand it. I know there are people who really want to make mark or do something in the lives of less privileged people, but do not know how. So we can also talk about us to people. So that together we can make the impact. So you can call us, you can donate, you can volunteer, and you can also volunteer as a mentor to some of the girls that we have in our community. Yeah.
Okay, so can you share a contact detail, social media platform, or anything that people can reach you on?
This is my number.
Okay, go ahead.
0554 06 0729. I repeat, 0554 06 0729. On Facebook, Portia Dumba, you can reach out to me. You can also check Porducare Enterprise. On LinkedIn, Portia Dumba, and also Porducare Enterprise. Yeah, so
I did say that, this was meant to be your last words. But quickly, though, how did it make you feel when you realized that you'd been nominated at this year's Joy News Impact Makers Awards, and when you took the award home? What was the feeling like?
I was so excited because whatever I was doing, I wasn't actually doing it for the world to see me and celebrate me. It was something that I feel fulfilled doing. When I do something and my kids are happy and the women are happy, I feel fulfilled. And so when I felt whatever I was being notified and now I'm going to receive a award on the platform, it was like double enjoyment or double excitement because I'm already excited that there is change or there is a positive mark in whatever I'm doing. And now it's going on a national platform. So I was so excited and I was so humbled. And this made me to tell myself that it doesn't matter where you find yourself, it doesn't matter where you are located, but at the right time, you'll be notified and then you'll be celebrated. So when I received that award, I was really, really humbled and also appreciated whoever supported. And I was grateful that the Almighty God has brought me this far because there were challenges, there were moments I just wanted to give up. But then there were things that kept me going. I know the Almighty God cannot be left out. So I was humbled and I was excited. And I was also appreciative to all the communities, the women and the girls that I've had the privilege to work with. Because it's not everybody that embraces impact. There are people who go to make impact and people do not embrace it and chase them away. But for me, I was welcome. They listened to me and we worked together. And today, our work is being celebrated. So I was humbled and really excited.
Okay, thank you so much, Portia Dumba, for speaking to us. We had a very exciting and educational conversation on our show today. We appreciate you and we're wishing you all the best as well. Don't stop what you're doing. You're impacting people and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to hear about. And all the best to you in all of your endeavors, okay?
Okay.
And have
so please, one last thing, let me add that Touchlife number.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
0597 410 757 0597 410 757.
Okay.
Thank you
so much, Portia. We appreciate you. All the best.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
And that's our show for today. I had a conversation with Portia Dumba. She empowers rural women and youth through enterprise and education. Her foundation, Porducare, trains women in shea butter processing and helps young girls lead community initiatives tackling teenage pregnancy and school dropouts. And she happens to be Joy News Impact Maker Award winner this year, 2025 in education. My name is aKorfa. Thank you so much for tuning in, and to you who sent in a message and to you who called in as well. We really appreciate it. Show produced by Mirabel Johnson and Anita Tay. Oliver made us visible on social media. My name is aKorfa. The Overdrive with Kofi Hayford is up next. But before that, let's take the news at 8 o'clock.